Hello, and we are back again. And this time I've got another one of our speakers. Of course, we are working our way through our speakers that we have lined up for the Business Success Network Conference for Children's Activity Providers that's happening on the 31st of May. I want to keep saying in May and then suddenly realising it is May. It is happening this month. So not long left to get your tickets. We've got an amazing lineup of speakers. We've already met two of them today, and we're going to meet our third one, Tim Freed. Tim is obviously owns Book That In and Toddle About. And you are running our session on management, I believe. So that's quite exciting. So do you want to tell us a little bit about you and your business journey and how you came to be in the children's activity provider industry, really? So
Sure. How long we got? No, I'll give you the version. So I was working in the corporate world. I was in recruitment. I was doing quite well for myself, but not enjoying it and not enjoying the fact that I wasn't seeing my kids at all. I'd always had a passion for doing my own thing. I really wanted to have my own business. And my wife, Ruth, had come up with the idea for Toddle About. Basically, we'd had our first couple of children, and her health visitor had handed her a list of all the different groups that she could go to as a new mum. But half of them were closed, and there was loads missing. And so she basically made her own list, and she broke it all down day by day, everything that was going on in the local area. And then she started going to these groups, and then all her new friends were saying, "Can I get a copy of your list? Can I get a copy of that?" And she came home and she just said, "I think there's a business here. I think we could have a magazine, a bit like one of those tradesmen's magazines that comes through your door, but it's just for families with babies and toddlers, and it tells them everything that's going on in the local area." It didn't happen straight away, but about a year later, I decided the time was right for me, and we jacked in the day job and started Toddle About. So that was 2010.
Wow.
Like eons ago. But then we then basically it grew and grew. We had more areas that were running from head office. We've since franchised it, so now we don't actually run any of the magazines ourselves. The magazines are run by franchisees. And we also looked at how we could expand it digitally. I can't say that word. Digitally, I should be able to spell. And that's where Book That In was born. So we wanted to allow businesses a way to take bookings and payments via Toddle About. And we realized that actually there was a business here to allow them to take bookings and payments via their own sites. And at that time, very few children's activity providers actually had their own booking systems on their websites because they were all really expensive. So we built one, and we made it really affordable. And as you know, the functionality is great. So Book That In was born, and that's been growing ever since. That's been around since 2017. And we are where we are. So two businesses keeps me very, very busy. But.
Yes, and we've been using Book That In for mess around, and it's been brilliant. So great just to certainly we had our own booking system, but moving over to yours it was just so much easier and less work actually. So that's what we liked about it. Anything to cut the hours down. So obviously you are covering our pillar on management, and you've got loads of I've heard you talk before on different systems and things that you put into place and whatnot. So what are you most looking forward to sharing with the children's activity provider industry?
So what I'm hoping to do really with my talk is to open their minds to what is possible. In my experience, a lot of children's activity providers, but small business owners in general, and bigger businesses, but typically with the smaller ones, they are doing so much and they're so time poor. It's really hard for them to see a way out. And I've discovered that if you can automate stuff through systems, it's not only quite affordable, but it really does work effectively, and it does free up your time loads. I just think so many business owners don't know what they could automate. So I'm going to be sharing.
Put my hand up and say I'm one of those business owners.
Right, well, you'll be in the rooms, you can learn. But what I'm going to do is I'm essentially I don't know if this is answering your question, but I'm looking at breaking down the key sort of admin areas for children's activities providers. You know, you've got finances, you've got sales, we've got marketing, we've got all these different things that everyone's trying to do, and just show them some of the tools that are out there that can help them to automate all those different processes. And then I'm going to talk about how you can actually get them all to talk to each other. That's like super advanced stuff, but it's, once you get into it, it's quite addictive actually. But you realize you can just automate so much.
That
So yeah,
sounds
that's
brilliant. I would definitely be taking notes on that one. Yes, I think for us it was when we moved over to book that in, not having to deal with the paper registers anymore. That just automating that side of it was brilliant. So yeah, so if we can automate more, that's going to be fab. Because
well,
I think
bookings is
really
only
as
one
business
part.
owners, go on, sorry.
Sorry, bookings is only one part of it. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
one element, but there's so much else. Yeah.
But you get so bogged down, don't you, in that day-to-day running? It just take your eye off things. So I think if you can automate as much that, I will definitely be on board for that one. So what is a tip, a little takeaway tip that people could take today and just start implementing straight away, just to make their life a little bit easier, do you think? If you to share one thing today.
Oh, takeaway today and implement is tricky. So I might change your question a little bit, or I might answer a slightly different question. But when you're automating things, it can be very tempting to try and automate everything at once, and that's difficult, right? The challenge with automating stuff is it does take time on the front end to save you lots and lots of time on the for the rest of your life, basically. So starting small is the key, or starting with one thing. So what I would suggest people do if they're thinking, I want to automate stuff, is I would suggest look at all their tasks. They find something which is repetitive and is typically the same every time they do it, but it's something that they just have to keep doing over and over again. Those kinds of tasks are really the simplest to automate, and it's a great place to start if you don't know what you're doing. So I would look at your tasks like that. I would bring up a list, find one that would have, that is not only repetitive but actually takes up quite a lot of your time, and then bring it to the conference. And then I will be in the room, and I will be able to share some things. But but genuinely, if people come to the conference with that task in mind, they'll get so much more out of my talk, because they'll be able to apply it to what they really want to fix. They already know what they want to fix. So.
Yeah, that sounds brilliant. I will make sure I pass that out to everyone that's attending as well. So what are you looking forward to most about being at the conference? What's exciting you about being at the conference, do you think?
Quite a lot, actually. So I love talking to people, so I'm looking forward to that. Mostly I'm looking forward to all your speakers. So you've got some brilliant people there that I already know, who I'm looking forward to see what they have to say. But there's also some names on there I've not heard of before.
Yeah, we've slipped a few dark horses in there that are not necessarily known to the children's activity providers, but yeah, they're known to us. We know they're brilliant. So
events like this, I love them. I lap it up. There's always something you can take away, no matter where you're at in your stage of business. So I'm really looking forward to the speakers and just hearing their words of wisdom.
Yeah, I am as well. And like you say, there's quite a few there that obviously I know and I've seen at different children's activity provider conferences and things that, we say regular faces, but yeah, they are. But yeah, we've tried to sort of pull other people in as well, because obviously we're a massively growing business or industry. And I think it's really good to have people in there that are not necessarily children's activity provider backgrounds, but can work with us, because I think for me it was all about raising our profile away from that mum's army that we kind of get tagged with as children activity providers, and trying to show people that we are proper business people, and we're scaling our businesses and growing them. So we've tried to sort of pull people in to cover all those pillars that we think will help.
I think
So
that's great, Rachel. Sorry.
Go on. No, sorry, I've got headphones. I'm struggling to hear.
Okay, I was just saying, I think that's great, because I've found when I've innovated the most in my businesses, it's been from something outside of my industry. There's
Yeah,
actually you
yeah.
go, could we do that over here? And then no one else is doing it, and it's quite exciting. So I like that.
Yeah, it's nice to have that broader view, isn't it? I just take those blinkers off a little bit. So before we go, let's do a little bit of a plug. Where can we find you? Where can people get in touch with you if they want to come and work with you, either through Book That In or Toddle About? So I think I've advertised in Toddle About, so I'm a big advocate for both your businesses. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So I would say if you want to advertise your business, you can start for free with Toddle About. Just you can add a free listing to the website. So you can do that at toddle.fun/listing. So that's a great place to start. And if you want to find out more about Book That In and how we can help automate your booking process, then you can book a demo with me. Just go to bookthatin.online/demo. There you go.
That's brilliant. Anything else that you want to tell us, or anything interesting coming up this month? Or I know you're going to be at the Club Hub and with us. I know you've got a busy month ahead, but
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to both these events. This is going to be a really
Mm.
really busy month, but it's my favorite thing. I just love getting out there and meeting everybody. So I'm really looking forward to these
Yeah,
events and seeing
brilliant.
everybody.
And I look forward to seeing you as well. So I will not keep you any further. We will head off, and like I said, I've got swimming pickups to do and all sorts now.
Yeah.
So mum hat needs to go on. But yeah, so thank you so much. For those of you that are listening to this and are still wondering what we're talking about, although I've been shouting about it for weeks now, but we are running a conference for children's activity providers on Friday the 31st of May. We're holding it at Villa Park, which I'm quite excited about as well. And it's going to be a full-on day. There's going to be networking. We've got 10, actually 11, because we've got a guest speaker coming as well. So we've got 11 amazing speakers for everybody to listen to, and you will get the chance to hear all of them speak. And we've also got an exhibition area as well. So loads of businesses are coming in to talk to you and help you sort of grow your business and grow yourself. So it's going to be a really exciting day, and we can't wait to see you all. So have a fantastic day, and we will all speak later. Bye.